welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and today's video is 5 things to expect versus LASK Lille. This is my match preview for the Manchester United versus LASK game in the Europa League Round of 16. Now, Manchester United won the first leg just before the coronavirus break 5-0. So going into the second leg, I think we can be quite confident that we're probably going to go through to the next round, because even if Phil Jones was playing, I still can't see LASK scoring 6 goals at Old Trafford. You could play Phil Jones and a 14-year-old, and I still don't think LASK would score 6 goals at Old Trafford and go through. So I think going into this leg we can be very confident. And today's video is my match preview for the Manchester United LASK game, where I talk about 5 things to predict from my predicted lineup and why, things I expect to see, things we'll exploit, things I expect to see LASK do, what's my predicted scoreline, and more. So let's get straight into it, starting of course with my predicted lineup. So the team news has come in that Laird and Teden Mengi will be in the team because Tuanzebe and Luke Shaw are injured, so will not feature in the Europa League. Now, my predicted lineup goes Romero, Fosu-Mensah, Mengi, Maguire, Williams. I think we'll rest Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof because, you know, we've got a 5-0 advantage. We might as well just give them a little bit more of a rest. But Maguire seems to play in every game, so I think we'll have like a reduced lineup, but we'll still have a few first teamers. And Maguire and Williams are a first team left centre back and left back in that period. Midfield, I think he'll play Fred and McTominay. Fred and McTominay were really good before the break, but they haven't had enough game time, I think, since we've come back, so they've never really got going. So this full 90 minutes could get them going. I think it'd be a sensible idea to play Fred and McTominay, just give Bruno and Pogba an extended rest, because they're probably going to play the more important games. In the cam position, I've gone with Jesse Lingard, just because I think LASK will leave a lot of space in behind, because they've got, like, they have to go all out attack if they want to go through. Jesse Lingard's quite good when he's given space. On the right, I've got Mason Greenwood. On the left, I've got Daniel James. Again, LASK have got to attack our space. Could be a good game for Daniel James. Plus, Daniel James and Jesse Lingard might want to get a bit of a run in. We can rest Bruno, we can rest Rashford for the more important games ahead. And up front, I've gone with Igalo because the reason we brought him is to be a backup striker. That's my predicted lineup. I think Ollie will go with that lineup. He might change 1 or 2 things. He might play Bailly instead of Mengi. I just want to see Mengi have his debut. But I think he'll play a few youth players, and I think he'll give players like McTominay and Fred a bit of a run in because they've not featured much. Now, the second thing, which kind of links to the first thing, is Solskjaer to give youth a chance. You know, when we went to Astana and we played our young team, I think we're going to do something very similar to that. It's in that even if they don't start, I think there's going to be players like Chong on the bench. I think Laird and Teden Mengi could all feature alongside Greenwood in this game. I think, you know, we went to what's it called, Astana. We played a full youth team. I don't think we're going to play a full youth team against LASK, but I think we'll play a lot of youth players, give up a lot of non-regulars at start, and I'd like to see a few debuts. I'd really like to see Teden Mengi play, or even see Laird again. And I do expect one of them to start. I do expect Chong, Laird or Teden Mengi to actually be in the starting 11. The third thing I expect to see is for LASK to go all out. LASK have nothing to lose. They've got to go and score 6 goals, and I think they know they're kind of out of this, but the manager might just be like to them, maybe just try and get 2 or 3 goals, close the gap, maybe at 5-3 on aggregate, meaning that LASK, you know, they can't really afford to be tight defensively and organised and go for a 1-0 nick it or a 0-0, because they generally have to score 6 goals. So they have to play an attacking, freestyling brand of football, and, you know, the manager might say to them, let's just close the gap, make it a 5-2 on aggregate. We're probably not going to win, but if we attack them, we score goals. You know, and get a win at Old Trafford, it's good for the fans. And I think that means players like Dan James and Jesse Lingard, who are really good when given the space and time on the ball, could thrive. That's why I put Jesse Lingard and Dan James in my predicted starting 11, because I think LASK will attack. They can't afford to be too organised. They will leave space in behind. And I think players like Dan James, we know he's a very good counter-attack player, a very good player when he's been given the space, but he's not so good in tight environments. Like, you wouldn't play Dan James against Burnley, but Dan James is the type of player you'd play against maybe Manchester City, where he can run at them on the break. Plus, Manchester City's defence is actually it's not that good really compared to their attack. And I think Jesse Lingard will be another good player to play. Although it does look like Jesse Lingard is leaving Manchester United, I do think this will be a very good game for Daniel James and Jesse Lingard, and I can see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer giving them a run in, because I think LASK, they generally have nothing to lose. They might as well just go all out and attack. And I'd like to see Manchester United get some goals, and I think Manchester United will go and try and score some goals and up their scoring records. The fourth thing to expect is a positive vibe and atmosphere. The new kit has been released today, and Jadon Sancho transfer is very close, and it could be announced in the coming days. Like, there could be a chance at this time tomorrow Jadon Sancho is announced as a Manchester United player and is watching the game. I think that is very unlikely. I think he'll probably be announced Thursday or Friday. But, you know, there is a chance that Jadon Sancho could be announced. And I think there's a very positive vibe around the club, as in, just signed Jadon Sancho, got this new kit, we could go win the Europa League, we're 5-0 up, and I think the players are going to play it. Even though it's seen as a less important game because we are 5-0 up already, I think the players might go and be like, let's enjoy this, let's smash it. There's such a positive vibe around the club, you know. We're 5-0 up, we've got nothing to lose, let's just play some exciting, fun football. You know, we've got our new kit, let's have a good first performance in the new kit. This will be the first time we see the Manchester United players play in the new kit. Jadon Sancho's on the verge of signing. I think there's a really positive vibe around Manchester United at the moment, and I think the players know that. And I think when there's a good vibe, when there's momentum, when the players are happy, the club's happy, the players play better. You know, with Mourinho, when there was kind of a bad vibe, we dropped off, but then Solskjaer came in, there was a good vibe and we played better. Like, I'm pretty sure 90% of the players at Manchester United right now want to play for Manchester United. It's a very positive atmosphere dressing room at the club at the moment. The fifth thing I expect to see is Greenwood 20 goals. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's broke a lot of records this season. Some not so good records, some good records. And one of the good records that we've broke has included Martial and Rashford scoring 20 goals. First time that's two players have scored over 20 goals in the season for Manchester United since like Van Persie and Rooney, I believe, or like 2011, something like that. But we haven't had 3 players score over 20 goals since the 1960s, and Mason Greenwood's only 3 goals of 20. So if he got 2 versus LASK, he just need 1 more in one of the remaining 2 or 3 games to get 20 goals for the season. Considering he's only started, I think, 22 games in all competitions this season, if Mason Greenwood got 20 goals, that would be insane. And I do expect Mason Greenwood to go and get 20 goals. I know it's a big ask, but I think Ole kind of wants that record as well. And I think Mason Greenwood would as well. And I think you might as well play Mason Greenwood. He's such a good, bright young talent. He's been playing so well at the moment. He's actually been better than Rashford since the break. So I think we'll expect to see Mason Greenwood play and score. I'm going to predict that Mason Greenwood is going to score and he's going to start versus LASK tomorrow. I also think that Manchester United will win the game 3-0. Now let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. If you have not already, please smash that like button, subscribe down below to LASK Talks Football, share this video. If you want Jadon Sancho to join Manchester United, well, he basically is already, subscribe. That's my match preview for Manchester United versus LASK. Score predictions, team predictions, comment it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.